something about how women were embarrassed to have a boyfriend right now.
I've been hearing this.
And they're just hemming and hawing. It's just because men ain't and everything. I'm like, no, it's not. It's because if that woman puts a picture of her boyfriend on her Instagram, her social capital drops like a rock as soon as she does that. She will lose followers if she puts that on there. And if you have women whose egos are measured in likes and follows and subscriptions and everything else, that's an ego hit. That's why you do soft launches. That's why you don't do a hard launch.
Today we have, are they talking to someone else? Get a lot of questions from guys wondering if the girl that they might want to date is currently talking to other guys, looking at other options, and we're going to decipher how you're able to figure that out. Yes, they are talking to somebody else. And if in the off chance that they're not, they have somebody else in mind that they'll probably make their way over to in the event that you guys stop talking. So thank you for coming to my TED Talk today. This was a short one, but I'm glad I was able to clear that up for you guys, and I'll see you at the same time again tomorrow.
Anyone disagree?
Yes.
Again, it's vague, but I would say depends. It depends on whether or not the man, because here's the thing is men, unfortunately, they're not clear. They don't know to say, look, I want you in my life exclusively. Let's make this happen kind of thing where they draw lines in the sand. It's just everybody's just kind of out in the wild, wild west. And so if a woman doesn't have a man tell her that he if
you don't define the relationship, I don't know I'm in one.
Right. Then it's not one exactly.
You have to lead me into this
Also,
relationship.
some guys, they want girls to be loyal to them and they don't feel the need to be loyal
in return.
Which I literally don't understand.
Or girls need to be loyal first for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Right, why do we have to show guys nowadays? Why do we always have to be the one nowadays? Like these guys, they have one bad experience with a girl and all of a sudden he want to take it out on every other girl he talks to for the rest
now
of
we
the
all
day.
get tested.
First of all, how much shit have I put up with, first of all? And I'm still being nice to your ass.
I feel that. I think it also comes down to intent. Like, are you actually trying to date this person? Are you looking for this person long term? Sometimes we go to the talking stage, but it never really moves past that.
Yeah. So why would you cut off your other options or other, and even if for me, it's not even like somebody maybe in your city that you're actively seeing, but like maybe it's a guy in like Scottsdale who's like trying to like court, like hang out or whatever, just other options don't necessarily mean you're immediately acting on them. I don't know if that makes sense.
It's like men value sex so much. We hear about like, oh, okay, how are men going to get sex? What makes women want to have sex with men and stuff? And it's like, so how are we supposed to know that you're not just here for sex and that you're here for like a relationship? So why would I stop
in the beginning?
In the beginning,
the answer is yes.
And are we acting like the guys aren't entertaining other girls? Are we gonna act like they're being little good guys and they're not messing around or don't have other options as well? Like this is like what life is now.
Just has to be that conversation.
Yeah, unless the conversation
can we be exclusive? Would you like to be exclusive with me? I want to be exclusive with you. Like,
so don't worry if you're talking to a girl and she's talking to other guys because you're just talking to her.
But some guys they like make bitches feel so special and like they love that. And honestly,
love bombing.
Yeah, and then they act like you're crazy for thinking that they would. They're
like, oh, I guess you're just like this with every chick.
Yeah,
Got
exactly.
it.
Okay, well, then you also have to take into consideration the technology of today. Okay, so right now, I think this is sort of like a 21st century problem for women because you have access to social media and it is on 24/7. So I've asked this question. You don't have to answer this right now, but I've asked this question of a lot of women that have been on this panel before is if you met a guy who was like the most perfect guy in the world, he was just absolutely check off every single box. He was hot. He was a good long-term security guy. He was ride or die, right? The guy's perfect. Would it occur to you to take your Instagram down? Would it occur to you? And I don't mean like he asked you. I mean, would it occur to you naturally go, oh, this guy's so perfect. I don't want him to get any wrong idea that I might be talking to somebody else on Instagram. I'm going to take my Instagram down or my OnlyFans or whatever social media you want to talk to. Would that occur to you organically?
I think OnlyFans and Instagram are drastically different.
Okay.
Which
so
I
you're making.
I don't have an OnlyFans.
women do make money off of their Instagram as well. Well, let's just say Instagram.
Listen, I have pretty feet, so I'm not taking my OF down.
Yeah. With the specific guy, like the guy I'm seeing right now, he's a photographer. He takes my pictures for my Instagram. Like it just doesn't make sense for me to not have an Instagram.
I was the one who made this. I did the thumbnail, and I know what your Instagram is about. Do you think that would you, for the right guy, would it occur to you to say, oh, well, I don't want there to be any misunderstandings. I don't want him to think I'm on the market, for example.
If my man was a guy who wasn't involved in the same industry that, modeling and all of that, I think it would occur to me to be like, okay, like depending on his profession and, his moral grounding, I would switch up.
Why don't you just post a picture with him then?
That's
why don't you just hard launch it?
That's screwing up your only. What kind of ridiculous?
Well,
we're trying to make money here, honey.
I got into this. I got in this one conversation, and I think it was something Scott Galloway said at one point, but like we're talking about this article that was, I think, about a couple months ago, and I think it was in the Atlantic, and it was something about how women were embarrassed to have a boyfriend right now.
I've been hearing them.
And they're just hemming and hawing. It's just because men ain't shit and everything. I'm like, no, it's not. It's because if that woman puts a picture of her boyfriend on her Instagram, her social capital drops like a rock as soon as she does that. She will lose followers if she puts that on there. And if you have women whose egos are measured in likes and follows and subscriptions and everything else, that's an ego hit. That's why you do soft launches. That's why you don't do a hard launch, because you want to make sure that this guy's, he's
gonna be around.
And even then, right? I mean, there's a very famous meme going around with, was it the soccer players, Messi and Ronaldo, and
on their IG, it's them and their wife.
On their IG, they're on vacation. It's them, their wife, and their kids are on the same beach as if you look on their wives.
It's just
Instagram,
her.
It's just her lounging in the surf
Messi's
somewhere.
wife?
Yes, lounging in the surf. And because there's this want, and I think this is, and again, I said this is a 21st century.
This is a
21st century predicament for women, is because of this choice paradox. There's this need to present availability all the time. That's what I was getting at.
Sells.
Yeah, sex sells, but it's also, you have to look like you're available. Take your wedding ring off. Don't, when you're taking pictures, don't give the impression that you are in any way in a committed relationship with anybody, because if you do, you will lose followers, subs, likes, whatever else that goes along.
I'm going to call my own foul here. The committee of Red Pill is going to scold me for this. I love it. All of my exes are world-class bikini models.
Yes, please. I'm not saying, please keep your Instagram up. I'm happy. I'm good with it. All
of my exes were either in Playboy or Maxim, and I'm gonna tell you right now, every girl that I've dated, we always date women together, and so I don't give a if they keep as many bikini photos up as possible. Some of you guys know who I'm seeing now.
Secure masculine.
They are available to other women. I am totally, so I'm in that case. I would never. I don't want her to take it down. Let her, it's a good life I'm living. That's all I'm going to say. It's a good life.
Can I say something?
Can men like you? Sorry.
No, you go ahead.
I was going to say, so before my man, I was one of those, I would kind of be bitchy to men on social media. I'd be like, hey, this is my business page. This is my coaching page. Now I've been dating him for 3 years. He actually encouraged me to make it only. We capitalize on lift carry. That's a whole different podcast.
You can straight.
I still respect myself. Yes. And my mom sees it. She's like, "How are you making that much money doing that?" But because of my man, and I said this because I actually have a podcast called Barbell Business and Boobs, which because of Meta we had to change the name. But I did an episode.
When am I getting on the show? You will not find a single person in this whole city other than like Chris Corsandi who knows more about boobs than me. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Well, we started it because we both have fake boobs. And
I could totally get you.
You know girls with fake. No way. I don't know anyone. Go ahead.
We started it because I said, I literally came and said, like, I would never have an OnlyFans. I'm not about that. I respect myself too much. And then I had to make another episode like, hey, I have an OnlyFans. Now and guess what? My coaching business.
Well, you have such a niche with your body, and that like some of these guys, they want you to just squeeze them.
Muscle
I didn't want to make that about me. I just wanted to applaud you because there are, I don't know what the percentage is, you would know, there are some men that put their woman on a pedestal, and like you said, and I'm probably older than you. I would, if your man said to delete your Instagram, honey, you're going to delete all that hard work. That's your brand. Don't. If a man tells you to do that,
no, but that's why I preface it with this. Would it, I mean, you're not saying actually do it, but I'm like, would it occur to you to go, I should probably take my Instagram down because I don't want this guy who's so perfect for me to think that I am still on the market.
Yes.
Or take your profile down off of Tinder, Bumble, Hinge, whatever dating profile. Because wasn't one of you saying that didn't you say you found your man's a guy was still on Bumble after he was?
Oh, that was me.
Was that you? Yeah, you found him to see he was still on Bumble afterwards. Like at that point, it's like you're still pitching your availability while you're still with someone. So here's the difference: is like guys are the pitchmen. They have to like be the ones that sell themselves. I think you should probably have sex with me. Let me tell you 100 different ways why you should. Right? He's the guy who's the pitchman. Right? For women, it's about advertising. It's just like, here's what you get if you get me, kind of thing. So the thing is I'm in a committed relationship with you, and I go and I try to pick up on the bartender or the hot waitress or something like that. We call that cheating. But if you're still on Instagram or you're still on Bumble and you still haven't put a picture of me up on there, or you take your wedding ring off, or you're still on any of the dating profiles, we don't call that cheating. We call that that's my business. I'm hedging my bets. I want to make sure, just in case that
part
this
of the
doesn't work
entertainment
out.
industry.
So I'll say this:
content. It's not cheating. It's content.
I think it is a masculine quality for men to respect the fact that other men raise their kids and have a family the different way. What I mean by that is the rancher and the stockbroker. The stockbroker can respect the fact that the way the rancher raises his kids, and the rancher can respect the way the stockbroker does. So if I have a friend who's Muslim and he's like, my wife does not walk outside without a headscarf and she's always accompanied by another male, if she agrees to that, then I don't have any problem with you doing that. And if you're Adam 22 and you want to let your wife bang other male stars, as long as they both agree to it, as long as everyone can say yes and no and just leave, I don't have any problem with that whatsoever. And like I said, in my situation, because I pretty much exclusively date bisexual women and we see women together, I do not give a shit about this, and I'm sure I'm gonna get skewered in the comments for it. I promise you, if you were living my life, you would shut the fuck up and be like, no, what he's saying. So that's the whole thing. And the other thing is, I want to make enough money to where my girl never has to work again. So this is all the hard work you put into there. You can archive that. You don't need that if that's what you don't want. But like, I'm just telling you right now, whoever I'm dating, in general, I don't have a problem with it, because what he was talking about, while it is accurate, and some guys do believe that, for me, it is your job. It is not other men's job to not hit on you. It is your job as a woman in the relationship to protect the sanctity of your mouth, your nipples, your vagina, and your butt. Nobody is to touch that. If you can protect the sanctity of that, I don't care if dudes hit on you.
Sanctity
I don't care.
of the butt.
Sanctity of the butt. As long as you guys protect that in our relationship, I'm fine with it. Because then I know the kid's mine.
But you're talking about like, some girls need to like lower their standards a little bit or whatever. Say you get like a Delta guy or a man that's like making an honest living, he can make a decent living, but you still as a woman like have to work and you're having your own motion or whatever. And then you go to like deactivate your account. Well, it's like not every guy is dating you. That
agreed.
Can just like, okay,
you're absolutely right. It's irrational if a woman, let's not use only say a surgical nurse. If a woman is making money and she's with a man who doesn't make money and they need money to survive, then it is irrational for her to quit her job. No one's going to disagree with you. Of course, what you're saying is accurate. My point is, I have so many clients that they make $400,000 a year, but they're Indian and they're 5'8". And so women just kind of like swipe left on them, and that's it. And they're incredible guys, but I don't date guys like that. That's all I'm saying. And they're wonderful people. I deal with this all the time. And so that's the only thing I'm saying is like, sometimes they're just getting picked over because of one thing or another.